is the natural progression for all living things. Are you growing? You are a living thing. Are you growing? Or you're just stagnant? When you don't grow, when a plant doesn't grow, stops growing, most naturally it begins to die. Or even if it doesn't die, it gets cut off because it's not useful. It's not adding value. Are you growing? Are you adding value where you are? To yourself and to the people around you? Keep growing. Don't stay stagnant. You are a living being, and growth is the natural progression for you. Don't be stagnant. Keep growing. You know, growth for most plants, it happens in two directions. Plants grow upwards and downwards. But first, before they begin to grow upwards, they first grow downwards. That means growing roots inside the soil that they have been planted. Or even if it's a seedling, not a seed that you plant. If it's a seedling that you dig the ground and bury, you will not see it moving upwards immediately within the first few days or few weeks. It will look as if it's not moving anywhere. It's just stagnant. In fact, some of them may look as if they are dying, but it's trying to get used to the soil, to grow roots downward first. Once the downward growth begins to happen and the plant accepts that soil, you begin to see the evidence of it on the outside. And that is the growth that people see. We all need to grow roots first before we grow on the outside, where people can see, where we can add value to people's lives. Are you growing roots? Roots are grown inside the soil where no one gets to see it. When you plant a crop or you plant anything, you don't see how the roots grow in the soil. That happens in the dark. Take your time. Grow in the dark. Grow in the dark. Work on yourself. Work on yourself. Do whatever you need to get to where you want to go. Work on yourself. Grow in the dark so that evidence will be seen on the outside by the people around you and by the lives you touch. Grow both downwards and upwards. Grow in the dark and in the light. If not, you'll be rooted out. Remember that growth is your natural progression. Don't stay without growing. Always keep growing. Even when the circumstances are difficult, that is the time that you need to grow roots more so that it helps you to weather every storm. Keep growing. First, remember to grow on your own internally. Work on yourself so that you are able to show signs of growth on the outside. Keep growing.